Ladies and gentlemen, out of thatparkplace.com, the website that if you're not yet bookmarked to, well, you should be, by Cham Lee. Carousel of Progress updates may go far beyond animatronic Walt Edition. Are big changes coming? Now, we know actually that they are. Another classic Disney attraction is getting an overhaul. Walt Disney World has confirmed that major updates are coming to Walt Disney World's Carousel of Progress in Tomorrowland at Magic Kingdom. Early announcements focused on the addition of a Walt Disney audio animatronic figure. New details now show the project will involve the biggest reimagining of the attraction since the park's opening. Here are the new scenes that we're going to have. And July 5th of this year is the final day to experience the current version of Carousel of Progress, which, you know, even though they've made changes, it's still essentially the skeleton of the original carousel has been there. That will be no more. The attraction will reopen in 2027, and the new scenes are the moon landing in 1969, Halloween night in 1985, New Year's Eve in 1999, and here's where I think we get into some trouble. The possible future. And I've heard some people describe this as the hopeful future, right? But I think we could run into some trubs here. And I'm going to miss John and his missing hand that so often goes elsewhere. I'm not going to miss this version. It's a little bit weird. And the turkey joke, I will admit, has run its course. But we'll put up some ways they're going to reimagine this in just a minute. But panel, here's the issue I see. With the speed that AI is moving and the speed that technology is moving, and the pessimism that I feel is coming from Disney regarding the future, you know, the seas are rising, the climate's changing, we're a virus on the earth. I worry that in 5 years, that future scene will be outdated, which the current one is badly outdated. I admit that. But I worry that, like, if they just have, you know, a robot in the corner and a fireplace like they're showing, I don't know how that's going to go if in 5 to 10 years we've already bypassed the future scene. So, panel, what do you think? Is this wise? Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Should it just have gotten a refresh? What do you think about this change they're going with?
I don't like it. Nope.
Tell us why.
I don't like that they're taking away really significant points in time where we had these great inventions like electricity and travel, the telephone, and why does everything have to be so modern day? You know, anything they're bringing to the table in the concept art is just, I find it boring. We already have all this stuff. We've been living in this era, or these eras for years. It's been the present for the last 60 years. And I think kids appreciate, and even I do, even when I was a kid, yesteryears, those eras before we were born. It's fascinating how people lived and what was pioneered, and a sense of gratefulness to people like Thomas Edison, you know, that gets mentioned. They're completely stripping that kind of history, and you don't find that in theme parks. This is what separated Disney from all other theme parks. And I don't know why they just continue it. There's just on this, I don't know, I want to say like a warpath almost. They just want to strip their parks, even Epcot, of anything that's entertaining, but it's educational too, and it's fun. That's just me.
No, I'm with you. And you know, I want to give them credit where credit is due. The Rock and Roller Coaster Muppets edition is not terrible. It's not bad. But there have been so many bad things that they've done recently, and I think people are worried when we see what happened to Rivers of America, and now it's Carousel of Progress, and people want to say, are you preserving the spirit of Walt, or are you just destroying everything? Like, are you just modernizing it? And modern might not be good. I worry about the same things you're talking about. I really find, you know, that losing the advent of electricity and what that did with you know, the world, I think that's like at least that scene I would like to have preserved. I would like, you know, the breaker box, you know, flipping and the whole neighborhood going. I think that's important because it takes us back to Edison. And I think once you lose that Edisonian feel, you actually lose Walt, because that's the time of Walt, and that's what Walt experienced.
I also like the mention of how they advanced with train travel, and then it went into automobiles and then air travel. We're going to lose that too. And I love the mention of, you know, people flying. It'll never happen. It's one of my favorite scenes and lines.
People flying. It'll never happen. It's just so, and it's just so cozy. This is the scene though that I wish we were not losing, because I think it's so important, because it is what Walt himself, what he experienced. So, you got to think, starting in 1969, what does that mean? It means that everything from this new version will be post-Walt. Mm-hmm. And this is Walt's ride. And so that's one of my fears. And then, of course, the other fear is that the final scene, the hopeful future, I'm afraid that right now society doesn't agree about what the future should be. And I think that there's some out there who are terribly underselling what kind of future we could have. And so I worry, that the current crop of Imagineers, just having come out of their liberal arts schools, are going to go to the writing board to figure out the future and be like, pestilence is on the way. If we can survive that, we're A-okay. I don't know. Yeah. There's a giant debate.
It's the mistrust WDI has shown us this past decade. So everyone is very skeptical. As soon as they hear, oh, this is going to close for retheming, everyone's ears go up and they're like, wait a minute, what are they going to do to it? Are they going to destroy it? This ride, this attraction is a memorabilia of Walt Disney himself. He had his hands on it. He wrote it. He, had everything to do with the animatronics on this. That's all his design and creation. And because of that, I will say it again, because Vash actually said it, and he said it perfectly. This needs to go in an archive in Disneyland, California. If they're going to be retheming this and taking out scenes, they need to be preserved in Disneyland, which is the home theme park of Walt Disney, in respect to Walt, because at the end of the day, this is his world. This is his dream. This is his creativity. But I understand why this is happening, because again, they have continuously shown us if it's not being monetized, we're going to redo it, and we're going to put lightning lanes, and that's their way of fixing it, because their thing is, how do we monetize it? How do we get a lightning lane on this? If you think about it, we were just there May 2nd. We enjoyed this very much as a family, but let's be honest, it was empty. There was maybe 20 people in the theater. Right. And that's the problem. And that's why they're putting their hands on. And I jinxed it, darn it. When we left that day, I go, you know what? This ride is ancient and it's still here. I'm like, how long is this going to be here for? And that's
Rover's still wagging his tail, MJ.
The tornado warnings began and the thunder started roaring, and we left early because of the weather. It was like the wrath of Walt.
John may lose his hand, but Rover never stops wagging that tail.
It's the ugly truth.
Pattern. There, you bring up a good point. There's a pattern. It was the same thing with Rivers of America, because they saw not a whole lot of traffic going there. They decided it needed an overhaul, and the overhaul that we're getting is going to be, monetized with Lightning Lane. So that's at this point they're getting quickly predictable. Mm-hmm.
Quickly predictable, indeed. They can't lightning lane this thing, though. I can't imagine that. I was going to say. So, but what do you think, Ron? What do you think about the whole thing?
I am torn, honestly. Every scene that exists needs to be preserved somewhere, somehow. If they can possibly move it to Disneyland or do something, there has been progress from the turn of the 20th century, then the turn of the 21st century. It was kind of jarring because I think it went from like the 1950s to like the future. So it skipped everything that it's now going to feature. It's going to be interesting. I wonder, my biggest concern is, are they going to wokeify this thing? Are they going to change characteristics of the family and stuff like that? Right,
because we don't agree on where we want to go as a society to the future. There's a bifurcation. Now, I think it's a 60-40, 70-30. But the people who run Disney probably aren't part of, the mainstream in terms of where we want to go. I'm not sure they believe in progress. See, it's always progress. I don't think they believe in that anymore.
It's a different word for them. It's a different belief about what the word means, and that's concerning. I'm just thinking through the scenes in my head and what they may be like. I think they're fast forwarding to 1985, which is a little forward for it. But will they have things like, well, we've got this microwave oven that we
got this microwave oven. We got the sorry,
yeah, MTV
had to.
and all the like what are they going to showcase in these scenes? They showcase very particular inventions the last time around. So what are they going to showcase as far as what has been invented and what the progress is? And are they going to focus on the progress of technology?
Here's the other problem, Ron. The other problem is, so they're doing 1969, 1985. So that's 15 years difference, essentially. Okay. Mm-hmm. Then they go to 1999, 15 years difference. Okay. Because we did 16, 14. So just average it off at 15. So if they were to go 15 in the future, they'd be at 2015. They're 10 years behind us. So the problem here is, and to stay ahead in the future, to future-proof yourself, you got to go to like 2040. Well, we may be in the middle of a technological singularity. Like robots are going to be around cleaning everything. I don't know what's going to happen, but how are you going to do this?
I have an idea for them.
He has an idea.
I'm throwing this out to WDI. If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, so you fast forward to the year maybe 2050, 2055, and then you have the dad or whoever saying, wow, and it's really, really great because Cars Land is supposed to open this year.
I knew he was coming out with a good joke.
That's nice.
How many years is this? This is about what, a 40 or how many years is this ride, this attraction here?
How long has it been? I don't even
want to call it a ride. It's an attraction.
Well, it's been around since the 1960s.
It's a stage show, too.
Yeah, it's a theater show. It's an excellent place to
World's Fair,
relax and cool down.
55, somewhere around there. Ron, when was the World's Fair that this debuted at? I don't remember now.
Oh, it was 1964. He got
1964.
Yeah. Okay, so it's about 30. It's under 40 years old, and everyone is still enjoying it. I have two small children, and they were giggling and laughing, and they enjoyed the heck out of the show. It's just a great attract. They don't need to touch it, but they will. And I have no clue what kind of scenes they're going to add to. I'm right with you, Ron and Erica. I don't know what kind of. And some of this stuff is found in Epcot, right? In Spaceship Earth, if my understanding.
They got the moon landing captured there in Spaceship Earth.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So here's the other fun thing. Like, all right, who are we going to diversify? Right?
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem in the world with diversity. I mean, I want everybody represented. I want every person is divinely important. So I know Disney. Like, how are we gonna take this family and turn them as diverse as possible? I just don't know. But I wonder is John? What's John's last name? Do we know what the family's name is? Wouldn't it be funny if suddenly they're Brazilian to satisfy the Brazilian tour groups, which we love the Brazilians out there, okay? But it's just fun to think about.
And Junior brought his boyfriend home from college.
There you go. That's right.
It's really going to suck because in the beginning of the show, the introduction talks about Walt's vision and how many awards this attraction won and all the things Walt and how his vision for the American family. That beautiful introduction, as the curtains go up, that's going to have to go because if they're going to redo all the scenes, it's not Walt's creation anymore, right? And then the song, you guys keep saying, oh yeah, they're going to keep the song. Are they?
There's a great, big, beautiful Josh tomorrow, changing up every single thing.
There was a different song that they used for
trash
a while.
The theme park.
Back before the refurb in '94, I think there was a different song that was what was it called?
I don't remember now, but
it was a different song for a little bit. So it's gone through a few different iterations, but
Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow is a Sherman Brothers song, right?
Yeah.
So it's got to stay.
It's got to stay. We don't.
All right, Josh tomorrow. Let's see what you come up with. Let's see what the new leads at Disney do. Do we get Muppets or do we get Trash Mountain? I don't know, but folks, we'll keep track of it for you.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media account.